Better late than never.
That's right. We're here. More of us may show up. We'll see what happens.
We will
How's
see
it going?
what happens. It is going. It's going.
It's going. You got a lot of stuff going on, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So let's
you go right ahead.
Let's get into it. What have you been up to?
So the first thing I want to announce is my biggest announcement of my life here. And I just got a little video I could show. You know, I had to do that.
That's awesome. I'm glad you clarified grandson, because at first I was like, oh, you're pregnant? Oh, congratulations.
Oh, shit. Nope.
But still, congratulations. You're going to be a grandmother.
Yes. Going to be a grandma August 2026. So Bobby's and my anniversary is August 20th. And that's actually kind of they give you a kind of roundabout when the baby could be born. So we're hoping he's going to be born on our anniversary. So.
Nice. So how does that feel, knowing you're going to be a grandmother? How's that different than finding out? Well, it's definitely different, right? Because you're not going to be a mom. You don't have the pregnancy yourself to worry about, but.
Right. Well, it's my youngest daughter. So first time grandma here. And I am going by grandma. You know, a lot of people say that's old fashioned and this, that. I don't care. One of the biggest loves of my life was my great grandma. So.
Nice.
Thank you, Tara.
Yeah, my grandma was a big influence on me growing up. She pretty much raised me.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories with her.
Yep. That was my grandma too. My great grandma. She had a heart of gold. So she's one of the few people that did in my life. So yeah, good.
That's good.
And
so,
like as far as our breeding goes for this year, we still, we've only done 3 clutches so far. We're waiting for the last one to hatch. This one before was no good. It was the Partho clutch. And that's my first ever Partho clutch. And Zach from Par Parts pointed it out and helped me, get through it and what the do's and don'ts. And I hope that's my only one I ever have. But being in ball pythons, you get what you get.
Yeah, that's right. You sure do. Yeah, I started my hybrid pairings this year, and I've got 3 that are going on. The ones that I expected to go well are not going well at all. And that's with I have 2 of the Royal Angolans, or angry balls, whatever you want to call them. I'm pairing one to a ball python, and then I'm pairing the other one to an Angolan. So my visual banana angry ball, Royal Angolan, is going to an Angolan, so that hopefully I can get visual bananas at 75% Angolan. As a side, I'll keep back crossing those till I get as close to 100% Angolan with the visual banana as I can. That'll be interesting to see.
Yes.
And then the other one, the Het Pie girl, is going with the tri-stripe male ball python, and neither one of them want to have anything to do with them. They're curled up in a ball in the corner with a big FU all across their faces.
Giving you the bird.
They're all like, hey, what's going on? You want to do something? They're all stretched out and laying next to them all. What's up, girl?
You need to put some of that sexy time music on in your snake room.
That's right. I need to get some Boys to Men playing in here.
That's right.
Then the one that's supposed to be difficult, which is an Angolan to a ball, they are in love with each other. Like it's not just lust. They really just love each other to death. They stay coiled up together, heads even cuddled up next to each other. It almost makes me sick.
What's up, Patrick?
What's up, Macomorph? So something will happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I got going on. That and just finishing up the snake room. What else you got going on?
Do you want to show off those pretty babies you have that you hatched out?
Oh, yeah. I got I'll show you the one I'm sending you.
Y'all, it's been a minute, so I had to take a break. I took me a nice long break. I enjoyed it. I'm going to try to get back into this again. It was a much needed break, though.
So this is well, that's kind of a weird color going on there. It's not blue. Is that coming off as blue?
Mm-hmm.
So he's quite tight here, but they're supposed to be blackhead confusion. Definitely a ball python right now.
Yeah. And his name is Travis.
He can't really see much on there, but he's pretty bright. He looks good. He's eating well, doing great so far. They're gaining weight. So we're getting 160 grams around there already. So
I'm super excited about getting him in.
Yeah, I'm not going to post the rest of them yet till I shed test, because I just want to make sure that what I'm looking at is what I'm looking at. This is the one I'm gonna hold back for the time being, just to see what's going on with him. Now his orange or yellow, whatever that is, I guess it's orange. His pattern is way darker than everybody else's, and he's got like a red border around everything, which is a little weird. I don't deal with lavender that much, so it's kind of interesting. He's way different looking than the rest. So we'll see how he grows for a little while, and if he's something cool, I'll hold him back. If not, and I'll sell him. What's up, Biggie? So that's cool. And then the two girls, they look like they're both fire. So looks like I got 3 boys that are blackhead confusion. One girl might be blackhead and fire. It's hard to tell.
Right.
Lavender is like the hardest thing to see some of the genes in, but they're all doing good. They're all eating live mice and rat fuzzies. So,
are you going to put any of those into the Angolans, the albino?
I don't know. I've got 2 lavender albinos. I got a lavender albino. I got a dreamsicle, OD dreamsicle. She's the one I'm pairing now with the Angolan. And then I've got their mom, which is just the lavender het pied. And these are 2 ready to breed girls that I bought just to get some clutches under my belt. But I was talking with another breeder that works a lot more lavender than me, and he thought that there's something else in that lavender besides just the lavender. So I'll shed test her. I got a whole bunch of sheds to send out. I got like a whole bag full. So I'm just waiting for these guys to do their second shed, and then I'll send everything out.
Yeah.
And see what's what. So yeah, this one's got a lot of blushing, which I've seen a little bit on others, but this one's got a ton of it.
That's very pretty clutch. So I'm fixing to go through my collection. I've already started. My morph market, I've got, I think, 27 snakes on there right now, but we're going to kind of hit the collection a little bit harder this year and go through. I believe we're going to go ahead and get rid of the orange ones, ultra metal stuff, and just a few other things. If it's not just visually pleasing, I mean, it doesn't have to be whatever, but I think I really want to start concentrating on the paint project.
Right.
And of course my hurricanes, because I just love hurricane.
Yeah, hurricane's nice.
The cypress and the chocolate stuff, it's got clown and all kinds of stuff in it, but I want to start working projects to where I can start stacking up hypo and stuff on top of it now that, I've had a few clutches of it. And I need to start researching more on cypress and seeing what I really, really like in cypress, because cypress is pretty with everything, but I want to find something that really is, that's what I want. So.
Yeah, I like cypress. I like it with Desert Ghost, and I like it with Orange Dream. I've got a cypress OD het pied. It's a pretty snake. It's a real good OD expression. I like it with the cypress. So that's pretty cool. What are your other plans? What's going on with the podcast? what are you going to be working on? I mean, outside of the paint project and projects itself, but the business side of things.
The business side of things, you know, I know I really do have to start buckling back down again if I'm going to do the podcast. I enjoy doing it. You know how much time it takes. And then sometimes you just don't have a lot to talk about. And, you know, the whole industry, we're all watching the same podcast over and over and over, pretty much, just different people talking about the same stuff. I want to find something new to talk about.
Right.
Start teaching, doing more of the teaching stuff with the genetics. You know, I've talked about it the last couple of years, wanting to do one like that and just pick a gene a month and talk about that. Only that gene for that month. What looks good in it? You know, start at the beginning, what it looks like. You know, does it have a headstand? Does it mess with the pattern color? And then just every episode add something else to it, to where at the end, like the last episode of the month, show off pictures of what people have created that we think it looks good in.
Right.
And
no, I think that sounds good. I like what we did with Morph Wars too, because that brought a lot of that out, a lot of discussion on what works with what and how the different phenotypes interact with each other. I think that's good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they're fun. I'd say let's do it no matter what. Let's just have fun with it and see what happens.
That's the thing. Got to start having fun. You know, I've changed a lot in my life right now. As you know, I don't talk about my issues, but you've been there for me, and I appreciate you and your wife, you know, and you're awesome. And it's just going through change.
Yeah. Well, if you're not helping each other, then what's the point? That's how I look at it.
Yep.
That's what creates the community, is people helping each other. So that's what we do. Let's just do it.
And I'm excited about your podcast, yours and Ralphie's podcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's the worst idea ever. You get two guys with ADHD just trying to organize things, and yeah, it's awesome. It's fun, you know.
You know, your big news. Do you want to tell it?
Oh, what's my big news
about this week? What you're going through?
Oh, big retiring?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm retiring from the Department of Energy after 25 years. So that's good. I'm not retiring.
Right.
Because I think I'd get too bored. But yeah, I mean, I started with the Department of Energy, and what just went on with my lights?
I don't know, but it looks brighter and nicer in there now.
I don't know. But I started with the Department of Energy back in 2001 as a junior engineer at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, and stayed with the lab for 22 years, and then came out here to Idaho National Lab, and well, just one thing after another, and decided it's time to retire and move on to the private sector.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be one of those things where you kind of get to take a risk and see how you do with it. That makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
So
you get to work from home now.
Yeah, I'll work out of my home office. I'll do some traveling.
Yeah.
But it's a small startup, and they're doing big things. So I'm happy to be helping get that off the ground. We'll be making fuel for nuclear reactors, in case anybody was curious. So if you have a reactor that needs fuel, just give us a call. We'll send you some uranium.
There you go.
Yeah, most of the people are like, what? What is that? So yeah, it's going to be fun.
So hey, that also goes, if you need something for your sports car, your dragsters or anything, just hit Travis up.
Yeah, we'll put a reactor on it, and it'll run forever. It won't run fast, but it'll run forever.
There you go.
At least 50 years. So yeah, it's lots going on. You know, the wife has started a business. She found Palm Street, which I think I mentioned before, all on her own. And she's, you know, she says that she's never really had a hobby, but she always used to run marathons and stuff like that. So I consider that her hobby. And I think she did an Ironman or something like that. I just think she's tough. But now she has fallen in love with plants and all of the, those exotic, if I can get the names right, the alocasia and the monstera and the begonias and all the ones, the expensive ones. And she found Palm Street and she's been hooked on it. And we've got greenhouses all over the house. We're going to build a greenhouse downstairs now. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of things are calming down for us, and we're both getting into a season where I think where life is calm enough where we can enjoy the kids, enjoy some hobbies, and just, have a little bit of fun. So yeah, a lot's going on. Remodeling we did the snake room here. It's 90% there, and that turned into doing the whole downstairs. So yeah, every weekend has been a busy weekend.
Thanks to Joanna and doing that awesome paint job. She won't even let him touch a paintbrush.
No, she won't.
That's why I say she needs to come over here, man. I've got a baby's room that needs painted. My snake room could use a coat.
Well, she likes doing that stuff too. I mean, she did all these stars back here and everything. I mean, I marked them all out, but she did the painting, and yeah, it's perfect. And she's not slow either. I mean, she painted this whole room, and she didn't want me. Did I paint anything? No, I don't think I painted anything. She wouldn't let me touch it. She even did the ceiling. I'm not exactly sure how she did it either, but it's done. So
she probably was like, okay, Travis is at work. I'm going to hire a crew of people that know what they're doing and not you.
Well, I mean, you take a guy that's got ADHD like I do, and I'm old and broken, and so I can't hold anything straight anyway. So, I mean, it would just be a mess. And I think that's how we got here, is because I've painted things in the past, and she's come in and taken one look at it. Like I was trying to do the stars on the last snake room. That was a disaster. So she painted over all my work and then redid it. But
that's funny. That would be me too. Man,
yeah.
It hurts to hold anything in my hand. I can't even hold my cell phone for very long anymore. It's like Bobby actually on TikTok shop got me one of those little remotes that you can do, like switch your phone, like it's little bitty. So you're not having to hold onto your phone. And I'm like, man, this is terrible. And, I babysit during the week, and
we got to get the jitterbug. Remember the jitterbugs? Those
Yeah.
cell phones that were like this big with the big old buttons on them?
Yeah.
Like I can't read half the crap on my cell phone. I mean, I'm constantly doing this, and I'll send a message and then I'll get a response, and they're like, I don't understand what you're saying. And then I go back and read my message, and half of it's misspelled. And I was like, what did I say here?
My daughter gives me a hard time all the time because my writing is so big on there. And she's like, Mom, that's terrible. And I seen the meme the other day. It's an old man sitting at the computer, and the writing was like this big, and he was sitting there I'm like, that's what I need,
Yeah, you know what? Thanks for reminding me of that. I can make my font bigger.
No, boy.
I'm going to do that. I got to do it. So yeah, it sucks getting old. It sure does. But I tell you what, it's so ironic because you get old and you really understand the value of time when you don't have that much anymore. Like, can you imagine if we understood how valuable time was when we were 18, 20 years old?
Oh,
man, it's so ironic. All the young kids, think they got all the time in the world. And then you hit 40 and you're like, oh crap. Like I'm technically, my life's half over.
Right.
And then 50 comes, and you're speeding up. And I don't feel like I'm 50. I mean, physically, I feel like I'm 50, but
mentally, you don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just doesn't seem that way. And all the days go by faster and the seasons go by quicker. I keep talking like this, we'll lose everybody that's listening because they're going to get depressed. But
I think everybody is probably going, yep, that's true. A lot of us are
they don't want to hear about it though.
Well, it's relatable. It's relatable. Who thinks it's relatable in the chat? Because I tell you, he is not lying.
I don't know if anybody will admit it. I mean, I probably wouldn't say anything either. So, all right. So you're cutting down and focusing on paint. What do you want to
Paint.
do with it?
Dude, that's a good
Paint
question.
everything?
Just by itself, it's gorgeous. I just love the look of it. And, the carnage or nanny or whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me curious of what that would do together. And of course, like I said, hurricane. I want to put hurricane and weird stuff just to mess with the alien heads.
Yeah.
It's not even, I'm not even focused on color right now. But I know I still got to breed those damn bananas and stuff like that. I don't want to do. Ugh.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe if you put it in a hybrid, it'll be more fun.
Damn banana.
Yeah, you got it. You just got a banana too, didn't you? A couple months ago. Didn't you pick one up at a show?
About, what was it, September or August? Whatever the last Dallas show was, I believe.
Okay.
I think is when we picked it up. But yes, even my bananas grow small, like slow. They're, that female's taking forever. The male is just now to the size as of October to where we started breeding him. He hadn't
Right.
locked with anything yet. And I'm like, well, that could be a good thing and that could be a bad thing too. I want to deal with them bananas.
Yeah, some guys are late bloomers. I have a male. He's what is he? Blackhead, yellow belly, Mojave, OD pied clown.
Oh,
He's at 1,100 grams, and he's still banana of the world.
And that's why he gets to sleep in the living room.
Sleep with his bananas.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody grows different. So you've been talking a lot about vending.
Yes.
And I know that's something that it's a challenge for you, at least mentally right now. So have your thoughts evolved on it? You still going to do it? You still?
Oh yeah, absolutely still going to do it. The problem is everything's booked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zach, he gave me parts, gave me all the information I could ever need or want or didn't want. And put me in contact with some people, and everybody's just full this year. So I got on a waiting list, and hopefully something will happen. Got the 2 next levels in. I mean, we have everything for a show. Everything down to the cart and the carpet and the pack out, everything. So the only thing I think I need to order is some more snake bags because I'm a slacker.
I gotcha. Right on. So when you're getting ready for, I know we've talked with Zach and Rafi quite a bit about getting ready for shows. So are you going to do dry runs? Like you to go get everything set up at home? Like just kind of figure out what your process is?
Yeah. One weekend when Bobby's here, he's been working so much here lately. I would like to just set it up. I'd probably set it up in my driveway, honestly, because that back banner is so big. I think it's 10 foot tall, which it would fit in the living room, but I'm going to have to move my couch out of the way and the coffee table out of the way and everything else. And some kind of media. What are you talking about, Bobby?
Social media?
What about social media, Bobby?
More. You got me having to do TikTok.
Yes.
And makes sense.
We need to get on there in our snake room. It's a lot easier for me to get on the phone in there than anything. And people do pretty decent on there.
Yeah. So I watched Reach Out Reptiles do theirs. Joanne. Oh, no, he's not on TikTok. Sorry. That was Palm Street. Yeah. I got to get them all sorted. Make sure I know which one's which. But, as far as like doing the lives and stuff, he got on Palm Street and he sold all of his snakes. Yeah, I think he had 6 snakes. And I think they all went for like between $300 and $500 each. So, and he did that in, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe. I mean, to me, I haven't vended anything, and I'm really on the fence about it as far as like a business case.
Right.
Because I'm not one of those guys that lives for, the social aspect of things, and I know that's important. So definitely not, trying to minimize that, because there's a lot of connections and friendships and stuff that you make there. I'm just trying to figure out if that's something that I'm gonna invest in, or if I'm gonna try to focus on just doing it more in social media and Palm Street and TikTok and whatever. Because my collection, at least for the ball pythons, is pretty small,
and I think that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, but you gotta show up with a certain number of snakes, right? You can't show up to a show with 6 snakes. So
well, it depends. Like, I know some people, they share a table,
yeah,
and if you have different stuff, maybe that person has ball pythons and you're going to have Angolans or something. That's actually perfect, because you're not going to be stepping on their business and they're not going to be stepping on yours.
Yeah,
Start
that's a
off
good point.
with one display and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And like, I wish I had somebody local to me that I could be like that with, but Zach Parts, he takes up all kinds of room when he goes. And, like we were talking about, you don't want to be set up by your friends. Like, put them over there, because I don't want to end up talking to you all day and miss a sale,
Right.
So, but if you're sharing a table, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's true. All my friends are down in the South and Southeast, so I got to make more friends out here in the Northwest.
Right.
Yeah, because Salt Lake is a pretty easy one to get to. Reno and Las Vegas, those are easy. Those are 6-8 hours, easy-ish to get to. That's probably the farthest I could go. Spokane, do that. Probably even into Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad a drive. I think I can get to the coast in Oregon in about 6 or 8 hours. So
yeah,
you do all that.
My issue with shows that far away is the hotel room and all this stuff, because I don't like staying in hotel rooms. Ever since COVID hit, you can ask my husband. Every time I've stayed in a hotel room, I have gotten COVID. And I'm just like over that. I would rather get like a camper shell on my truck and, find more cost efficient ways, or pull a camper or something. It's like, geez.
Yeah. See, for me, I would just spring for the Airbnb, because I can't stand hotel rooms either.
Yeah.
I just can't. And when I'm done, I know when I travel for work and stuff like that, I have to do the government thing, and they don't let you get an Airbnb. But anytime I travel anywhere, like I went to Tinley, I got an Airbnb. I'm not getting a hotel room, and it's marginally. You find the right one, it's marginally more expensive, if anything, and then you got a living room. You got it's more homey. It's not a hotel room sitting there in the chair in the corner and whatever. Then I'm less inclined to go out and spend money and try to entertain myself that way. So
right.
So that's my thing. If I do shows like that, I'm definitely looking at Airbnbs. So
when you get to come down here, hopefully soon when you get to come down here, Bobby and I will have somewhere for you to sleep. You may have to end up sleeping in there on the sectional with him.
Cuddle up next to Bobby. As long as I'm the big spoon, that's fine with me.
That's funny. Yeah, our daughter moved out and got her own place, and her boyfriend and her fiance now. So we're turning that one room into the nursery / guest room. So I'm gonna have to. I sent her with the bed and everything, so I'm gonna just find some kind of something to put in there. I don't know. May get some bunk beds or something. I'd have no idea. It's a small room, so thought about a day bed or something.
That's good. Yeah, you're doing good by your kids. You're right. You're right there, being super supportive, telling me all the things you're helping your daughter with. As when her pregnancy goes along. That's good. You don't see that much anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
One generation helping in the next.
Tara said, I'm still here washing dishes. You get it, girl. When you're done, come on over. I may have a few in there.
Rinse them good. I did dishes this afternoon.
Look at that.
That's right. We share it. I do. Wife works on Mondays and Thursdays, at the doctor's office, and so I do kids and dinner and dishes on those days, and then the rest of it, we're just trying to keep our heads above water with these little monsters running around all over the place. So that's good.
I hadn't seen you in a minute. How are you doing, man? Litka. Logan.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yep, we got to see the baby today. Another ultrasound, and he's doing good. He was sucking his thumb the whole time. She sent me some stuff earlier, but I've been kind of scatterbrained today, so.
Oh, you put that ultrasound up a few minutes ago. Is he already in the Small Town Exotics Patreon? Because he was doing the.
Nope.
Because I know that's not one of Shane's kids, but maybe he's in the Patreon. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just some kind of funny video.
Nice.
Man, I'm so excited.
So where you want to be in, let's see, the next 24 months? What are your goals? And that's breeding and not breeding. Like where you want to be, you're going to be a grandma here. So that's going to take up probably a lot more of your time than you think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I already babysit my great niece. Those hours are kind of getting cut. Her mom's a nurse and her dad's a firefighter. So
right.
Their schedules are all over the place. So I just kind of go with the flow there. Depends on, if my daughter decides she wants to go back to work or not. I think she's actually going to just start up college classes again. She was talking about the other day. So, I'll just be wherever I'm a floater.
Yeah.
But I know I got to make money too. So.
Yeah. You're going to teach those kids some life skills, like start them off washing tubs or.
Washing tubs. Yeah, rat tubs. We'll start them off in the rat room.
I tell you what, my kids are this spring. I'm going to put them to work washing tubs. Doesn't mean less work for me, obviously, because I'm going to have to go back and wash them. But Violet, I'm putting together enclosures, and Violet, my 5-year-old, she's right down there with me, handing me screws, helping me, using the drill, put the screws in and stuff like that. And she's actually doing really good.
That's
asking good questions. So yeah, so I'm going to have her. We're going to step it up. I mean, she can sex the ASFs. She's right about 50% of the time. So we'll keep working on that, and then
Bobby still has issues with that. He's about 50% of the time as well.
Well, it's me. I'm just like, sometimes I give it another week.
That's funny. I always say if it's down lower in between the knees, it's a boy. If it's up high, it's a girl. It's by the tail. Yep. But some of them, they do. They're just, yeah, that's right. That's as good as me. He's on the same way with the rats too, though. I don't know if you've dealt with live rats before, but the males will like suck up their nads, and you're just like, how do you do that? And you can't see anything. If they're a certain age, there's like a little sweet spot. They'll do that, and it's harder to tell. But you got to look for boobs, and it is down lower. But
do the ASFs do the same thing? Because I noticed that I got males that have no balls, and then I've got males with balls. Same ages.
Sometimes they look more like a bigger butt. I don't think they don't really suck it in, but there's just looks like a booty.
I don't know. I had one colony that they didn't produce, and so I swapped out the male. And when I took the male out, he had no balls. He's definitely male, I mean, there was a little bit of a bulge, but for the most part, he didn't have anything. So I was like, do I have an issue where some of my males are just not reaching full sexual reproduction, capacity or whatever?
Mm.
So I don't know. I've been noticing that. I got to go to Boise and get a refresh on ASF stock just to circulate, new genetics in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're trying to ban the sale of rodents in Ada County.
Oh no.
Which is Boise area. It's just crazy. I mean, I was talking to or I wasn't talking to the guy. I was reading his stuff. The owner that owns Reptile Alley, which is the big supply pet store out there. And that's where I get my ASFs from. And apparently it was brought to the politicians' attention that there is a rat problem. And so I'm guessing that means just like wild rats. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so now they want to ban everybody from breeding rodents. This is the dumbest. That's what happens when politicians get a hold of things.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I got to get out there soon before they vote on it. So,
how big is your collection of soft furs?
Oh, soft furs, I have 10 colonies.
What's your ratio?
And those are 3-to-1.
Okay.
1.3. So, and they do good until I moved and I wasn't paying attention to the temperature in the rat room, and it was in the high 60s, and everybody stopped. Production stopped on its head.
Yep.
And so I've put a heater in there, and I got it up at 76, 77. So I just noticed just tonight I got a new litter. So, and it looks like the girls are starting to get big. So I think they're getting back on it. I had a lot of grow outs, so I've been okay, but it'll probably hit me here in the next month. And so, one of the other things I'm doing is I kind of fell into an opportunity to raise chickens, quail, or rabbits on a large scale. So initially it was going to be chicks, and it started by me just asking around because I wanted to have some other live supplies, chicks or quail or whatever, to kind of mix things up and make sure that if for whatever reason, the ASFs are constrained, I can't ever get new genetics or whatever, and I've got some other things where I can mix and match. And I still do the frozen thawed rats from Tyler. It's just an offhand conversation. And lo and behold, there is an opportunity on 5 acres to breed. Well, they breed chickens now, but it can easily be turned to quail and rabbits. So, been talking with the guy. We're going to go check things out this Saturday or tomorrow afternoon, and take a look at everything. And I've been talking to Tyler, and Tyler's like, "Give me rabbits, dude. Give me all the rabbits." So we'll see where that goes. I mean, it wasn't what I was thinking. I don't want to get into large scale rodent breeding, but if I can get it set up and maybe hire a person or two and get it off the ground, then
it's another income. Why not? And like you said, if you fall short on your other stuff, you'll always have something to feed.
Yeah. And I think at a minimum, even if it doesn't work out, I think I'll probably get into quail, because they're pretty. Everybody's got quail and chickens out here. So the chickens, everybody's anti-rooster for obvious reasons. So production here at my place for the chickens can't happen because I can't have a rooster, but I can have all the quail I want. So that's a scenario too, is get the quail going. And quail are cute. They're not, I hate rodents. I really do. ASFs are probably easier for me to deal with, as far as rodents go. I dislike them the least. I still dislike them, but I dislike them the least. But quail, I think quail are cute. but I still am somewhat of a sociopath, so I don't mind feeding them off. So, and I can get eggs. So,
yeah.
It's 30 quail eggs, but for an omelet or whatever, but.
So it takes 30 of them to make an omelet. They're so small.
Yeah. Well, they make those little things where it's like a cigar cutter, you just cut the egg and you got to do it 30 times, but at least you can control your inputs and, you're not feeding them garbage.
Yeah.
We were getting these eggs, for, part of our groceries, and the wife is really sensitive to like soy and stuff in the eggs. So we got these, highfalutin pastured, free range, whatever eggs. And turns out the manufacturer or the producer was feeding them soy and feeding them paprika to make the yolks dark.
Oh my gosh.
And they were saying that they were free range, all organic, this, that, the other thing, no soy. And it was they got sued, and I don't think their eggs are even on the shelf now. But it was just like, what the hell? The only way you can do it nowadays is to grow it all yourself, it seems.
Right.
So, yeah.
So with that land deal, are you going to be purchasing that place, or is it just like a lease?
So there's a couple different ways we have talked. The guy that's got the chicken farm wants a percentage, which, I mean, that's expected. His contract or whatever, he was doing eggs for some producer, not Tyson or anything like that, but somebody commercial scale, and they wanted him to up the contract. And so he basically said, I'm out. And so he's got this place that, can be tooled for quail, rabbits. So we're going to check that out. But the guy that turned me on to it, he's got 5 acres and he can zone that for commercial production. So that involves more money up front, but overhead will be a lot less. So there's some options there to look at. So we'll see how that all goes. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, but
I'm saying build an extra building, put your ASFs in there, get into some rabbits or something. Because I know you don't like rodents. And
well, definitely
in one place,
Well, definitely the rabbits, but the thing is I can't have the ASFs and the rabbits in the same place because the ASFs like it a lot warmer than what's good for the rabbits. So I mean, I would have like a 5-degree overlap. Right, where I'm at the very low end for the ASFs and the higher end for the rabbits. Because once you start getting close to like 80 degrees for the rabbit, they kind of start doing the same thing. They don't want to produce, and so, and then anything below probably 75 for the ASFs, we're gonna run into the same thing in the opposite end. So I mean, I'd have to like find that really perfect sweet spot, but then I'm probably looking at average to low production for both, in that sweet spot. Whereas if I do rabbits and quail, I can keep them at the same temperature. And
2 rooms.
Yeah, well, then I'm doing a lot more overhead with electricity and stuff like that. But
right.
The way we were talking was we were actually going to bury it and have some thermal windows and keep the temperature control, make it all very as passive as we could to keep costs down. So we'll see what happens with it, with the whole thing. I mean, we could potentially make a warm end of it and put the ASFs in the warmer end or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. It's all up in the air. So we'll see how it all goes.
You said that was about 12 or 15 minutes from your house or miles or something like that?
Yeah, he's about 15 minutes away.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all. And like I said, the biggest thing for both of us is we both work, day jobs. So we'd have to hire somebody pretty much right out the gate. And so you got those overhead costs that you got to absorb, till you get production up and going in a meaningful manner. Like if I sold to Tyler, he's not going to want 50 pounds of rabbit. He's going to want, 4,000, 5,000 pounds of rabbit.
Right.
So, and plus, you got to do the volume that makes shipping costs make sense. So shipping 50 pounds of rabbit that's prohibitively expensive.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine it. And it would have to be cold and.
Yeah, you got to do it all refrigerated. Yeah. And you can't, it's ground shipping for the rabbits. So, 4,000 pounds of rabbit, you're doing refrigerated shipping. And as far as what I've been told so far, you can't tack it on to anything that's got FDA regulated food that's refrigerated. It's got to be completely, different truck.
So you're going to need a driver, it sounds like. A truck and a driver.
Yep. So we're looking into that too. So I mean, there's a reason why there's a rabbit shortage. And that's probably it right there. That, and it's a lot more lucrative to breed rabbits for human consumption than anything else. But you have more overhead with that because you've got to do all the FDA stuff. Which, I mean, Rafi could probably talk, all night about that. But if you're doing it for reptiles or I think one guy's doing it for dog food, you don't have the same regulations. So it's early. We'll see what happens.
That's interesting. You got a lot going on between your plants and your animals and then going into another business, retirement. Plus you have your family on top of that. So
many weird turns. Never in a million years did I expect to be doing half the shit I'm doing now.
Yep.
If we just went back 5 years, I'm still in California working away, and I never would have, I couldn't have imagined breeding snakes, raising African soft-furred rats, and talking about starting a quail/rabbit farm. Like, I do think that they screwed something up with CERN and we're in an alternate reality, because I never would have been doing any of this stuff if our reality was still normal.
Yep.
This is crazy. That's and then true. The crazy stuff that I've seen in the, just getting into this hobby. Some crazy, crazy stuff all over everywhere.
Crazy stuff, crazy people, nice stuff, nice people. Yeah. It's been a merry-go-round. This is our 5th year, so it has been something.
That's pretty good. That's a milestone. 5 years in. I mean, what was who was it? I don't know. I don't want to quote him because I could be wrong, but it might have been Leviathan that was talking in one of their videos about 90% of the breeders don't make it past the first few years. I mean, that's makes sense, right? Most businesses don't last beyond 36 months.
Right.
Underestimate marketing costs, which I think that's common to do that. I mean, I looked at this and when I first got into this, I thought everybody was just still had aquariums in the basement and was word of mouth or just posting stuff on Craigslist or whatever. I had no idea the social media requirements. It's a much, much bigger deal than I ever expected. So that's a challenge for me.
And you don't get into this to make money.
No, I'm not. Yeah, definitely not. I mean, if I could just sustain this for the rest of my life, I mean, it's so much fun. This is third business I've started, and it's by far the most fun, I've ever had. And I'm coming up on completing year 2 next month. And I've hit all my milestones so far. Right. So this year I wanted to get a couple clutches under my belt, which I've done, attend a show, get on YouTube, which I've done all that stuff. So, and narrow down my breeding plan. Because the first year I was still, I got sold on, the ODYB, yellow belly, red stripe, quad, right? Those incomplete dominance, and then the leopard and the confusion on top of that. But I was still trying to figure out what recessives I wanted to do.
Right.
And this year I settled on tri-stripe. I really like the stripes, and I like the color that the orange dream, yellow belly, red stripe. You put in all that stuff together. I really like that combo, and that that little bit of gravelly kind of influence from the yellow belly. So yeah, and then now that I've narrowed down tri-stripe, now I know exactly who to keep and who to get rid of, right? So I've got snakes that no longer fit in the plan.
Mm-hmm.
That I'll move off. Here, get everything set up, and yeah. So I mean, I feel good about that, and working the dwarf Burmese and the Angolans and the Sanzinia. I mean, I definitely just made the decision early on to diversify,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not just ball pythons, because while that's a cool business model, it definitely has its pros and cons. You're constantly in the chase, and you're turning your collection over to further the project, which, yeah, totally makes sense. But
Yep.
for me, I wanted to have some snakes that I could hang on to for a really, really long time and still be relevant in my project. So I went with some snakes that don't have all of the morphs, but are just sought after for the snake itself. So,
Yep.
and I like them. I like the species that I'm working with. So
I think that's what I need to do as well. I need to get something different. I've tried the corn snakes. I wasn't a big fan of that. I like
right,
big snakes. So
yeah.
everybody's, I do hug those. It's where the money's going to be. That's
Well, you
fine.
gotta love it. That's the first part. If you're not passionate about it, then you're not going to make the decisions you've got to make to be successful.
Yeah.
That's a lesson I learned in one of my last businesses. I was just good at what I wanted to start as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into it, I realized 90% of what I was doing to support that sucked.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of it. So that was a good lesson for me to learn is if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to like cleaning the tubs. You're not going to like doing all of the grind behind the scenes, taking care of the rats. And
Well, like ball pythons, I always feel like I'm trying to chase after every gene out there, and you can't do that.
it is definitely a dopamine centric
Yeah.
hobby for sure.
Yeah. And you're just like, you got to pick a few things and just go because my collection, I think we probably have, including babies in there, probably around 125.
Yeah.
So it's in one room. I don't want snakes all over my house. I want it in one room, incubators in there, and I want to keep it small, but I still want to have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to sit there and chase every big new gene that's coming out. I can't afford that. I don't know many people in this industry that can.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wanted to get something, that was still get into something that was still pragmatic,
Mm-hmm.
but that I could be passionate about. And I don't want to have 300 snakes, because then the hobby turns into cleaning tubs and doing all of the maintenance. It takes away from, getting to be with the snakes, especially if you have a day job. So I didn't want to ever have a really big collection. And that's why I went into some of the other species. If I have 6 Angolan pythons, I can make a couple clutches, 3 clutches a year, and that would be plenty for the Angolans. They don't fly off the shelves. There's a small community that really likes them, and that's more than enough. Same with the Sanzinia and the the dwarf Burmese pythons. So between those 3 species, I could easily get 8 clutches a year from those 3 combined, not counting the fun that I'd have with the hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those are, the Sanzinia are 18 to 2,500 bucks, any given Sunday, and Angolans are, 800 to 1,200 bucks. and they seem to be growing in popularity. I get more and more people asking about them when I post them. So,
right.
So,
well, I want my rattlesnake. He's my little feller. And I wouldn't mind a couple more hots in here, but I don't think Bobby would go for that.
That's the one he's behind you in the cage, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of rattlesnake is that again?
Western Massasauga.
Western Massasauga. Those are pretty venomous, right?
Yeah, it's a rattlesnake.
Well, I mean, there's some rattlesnakes that will get you, and then some rattlesnakes will get you real good.
Well, so this one is local. You know what I mean? We have them here, whatever you want to call it. I forget. So there's anti-venom at our hospitals and stuff for it. I want stuff that I just don't feel comfortable if I was to ever get bit. There's not going to be Gaboon Viper anti-venom at our local hospital.
Oh man, I want to hold a Gaboon Viper. The big fat, just in that head. Oh man, I want one that has a genetic mutation that makes its venom useless.
That would be awesome.
So it can bite me all day, and it won't do anything.
Oh, I don't know if you'd even want that because their fangs are big.
Yeah, they got some big ones there, but no, those things are the coolest damn snakes ever.
And when they walk, it looks like they're walking, not crawling. It looks like
they do that caterpillar locomotion, right? They don't do any of this ever, do they?
And then I love the eyelash vipers. There's so many of them. I would just have, but
no, I can't have hots because I'm way too impulsive. Way too impulsive.
I'm gonna.
I'll just reach in there and get that real quick.
Oh yeah, no way.
That'd be my undoing.
Yep.
So no hots for me.
Well, maybe when the kids are out of the house, Mike could have one that Joanna could just smack your hand and tell you no.
There's even the copperheads. I think they've got some cool morphs with the copperheads now. They got stripy ones and they got some cool stuff. I wouldn't mind getting into those, but I like to play with my snakes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd want to pick them up, and I know me, and I know I'd be like, he's pretty calm. I can free handle him. I can get it. Oh shit,
No, you can't.
No, so, I figure if I can still get bit by a python, I would definitely get bit by a hot.
I clean his enclosure once a week, and usually a bigger, like a timber rattlesnake, it'll ride a hook really good. This little guy, he does not ride a hook worth of shit. So I'm double hooked, and putting him over in a different tub so I can get in there and get his stuff cleaned out in fresh water and everything. So he's getting a little bit better about riding it, but I do. I mean, these guys stay small. I want something big.
Have you seen the guy on Instagram that's got the rattlesnake and he kisses it?
I don't guess I've seen that one.
No, it's like the snake is so damn docile. He's holding it in his hands, and he just kisses it on the head, and it's like it's a ball python or something.
Mm-hmm. He'll get that hospital bill one day.
Yeah, it's not if, it's when, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I watch Chandler's Wildlife on YouTube. I'm just waiting for him. I don't dislike him. I think he's a cool dude, but at the same time, there's that part of you that just wants to see something happen.
That's great. Well, we're at an hour now, so
yeah, well, we did it.
In, and we'll see what happens next week. See if we can come up with an episode idea.
All right, we'll retool it, and we'll be back in action, or we won't.
What's that?
I said we'll retool it and be back in action, or we won't.
That's right.
Maybe something in between, like tonight.
That's right. So who knows? All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.